Hi and welcome to my channel. So there's been a massive announcement from UK Prime Minister Mr. Rishi Sunak regarding changes to visa fees and immigration fees in the UK. Look, these changes are so mind-blowing, and even though I personally do not agree, it's about the law. So if you're watching this video and you're somebody who has been planning to move to the UK, or you're in the UK and you're on a visa sponsorship, or you've got relatives who are on visa sponsorship, look, these changes are going to affect you massively because they are increasing some of those fees. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you which fees in particular are going to be increased, how much are they going to be, and what can you expect going forward. So it is so unfortunate, but like I say, you need to be kept updated with what these changes are. So if you're new to my channel, you're welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate your time. And look, I do have a free newsletter where I share information such as this directly to your inbox. If you check the comment section below, you're going to see a link to my free newsletter. I share information about free UK visa sponsorship opportunities for you to move to the UK, or for you to switch your visa if you're already in the UK. Also, work from home jobs that you can do, earn a lot of money without even bothering yourself and worrying about all these visas. If you're also on a visa, these opportunities can really help to enhance your earnings. Also, career progression. Look, career progression in the UK is what I'm really truly passionate about, because I started my own UK journey working as a carer in a nursing home. I realized that I would be stuck if I just stayed there. So I decided to study nursing as an international student. I graduated with a first-class degree in adult nursing. I then went on, in fact, within the first 5 years, graduating as a nurse, I was already working as an advanced nurse practitioner, which is the most senior clinical nursing position in this country. And let me tell you, if we're paying all these immigration fees, we're paying all these ridiculous fees that the UK charges for us to get to this country and for us to have that British passport, the least we can do for ourselves is to progress, to focus on career progression so that we can earn a lot of money, work less, and make all of this money worthwhile. Because the truth is that even though we're spending all of this money, many people don't really make use of the best opportunities in this country. And that's what I'm all about. So if you join my free newsletter, like I've said, I've dropped a link in the comment section below. Then I send that information directly to your inbox as it becomes available, so that you're never reliant on the YouTube algorithm, but you're kept updated instantly as the news obviously unfolds. It's completely free. It's not going to take you up to 20 seconds to join, and you're part of it. Also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, you want to hit that subscribe button so you're the first to be notified every single day when I drop a new video on here, because I'm committed to you. I'm calling this year the year for implementation, and that's why I've dedicated myself to dropping one video on YouTube every single day to make sure that if you're on this channel, you're watching my videos, you're well informed and you can do the right thing. So what are these changes that have been announced by the UK Prime Minister? The first thing is that the healthcare surcharge, which is basically a fee. In fact, it was introduced a few years ago. When I just moved to the UK, this wasn't a thing. It was not there. It was introduced while I was already in the UK myself. So basically, the healthcare surcharge is a fee that immigrants have to pay, because previously they realized that people come to the UK, they access healthcare, whether it's going to the hospital, seeing a doctor, having an operation, giving birth, whatever it is. People come to the UK, access healthcare, and they don't pay. Because the immigration service wasn't really able to reinforce, those rules and take the money back from people, they decided that all immigrants coming to the UK and getting a UK visa, you've got to pay that money in advance before you ever get the visa or even move to the UK. And so that's how it was introduced. Initially, it was just a small amount, and then it's increased. And right now, the amounts have literally quadrupled what they were initially. And by the way, in case you're watching this, you're wondering who I am. Like I said, I work as an advanced nurse practitioner for the NHS. I also have a private career coaching program where I support nurses, carers, students, midwives, student nurses, students in the UK, anybody that's looking for free UK visa sponsorship, so that you're not spending thousands of pounds, you're not spending millions of money, you're not getting into debt to get visa sponsorship to move to the UK or to switch your visa if you're already in this beautiful country. So I offer personalized guidance through my private coaching program. If you check the about section of this YouTube channel, or indeed the description box below, you're going to see a link to join that coaching program. Once you join, then you and I are going to have that one-to-one call to go through who are you, what's your objective, what are you trying to achieve, how best, can you proceed, how can you get the guidance that you deserve, what are the jobs offering visa sponsorship. If you're somebody who is already in the UK, for example, you're wanting to progress in your career, get into healthcare. As we know, it's not a coincidence that many of us are in healthcare. Healthcare has endless opportunities compared to any other sector in this country. Especially if you need visa sponsorship, it is guaranteed opportunities. And that's why it's all fancy, it's all good thinking about other industries, exploring other sectors, but the truth is the likelihood of you getting visa sponsorship is very low. So why do you want to spend all that money, all that time, all that energy, all of those resources to end up not getting what you want? So again, that's what I support with through my coaching program. If you're wanting to get into healthcare, into nursing, you know what I mean? How should you proceed? There are apprenticeships, there are all different pathways. If you're looking for jobs with the NHS, which is my all-time favorite, I work for the NHS myself. And again, it's because of that career progression that I was talking about. They're able to guide you, to support you, to fund you for opportunities that private organizations are not willing. So if you're working in domiciliary care, you're in a nursing home, you're working anywhere else, I do appreciate that these sectors need staff. But truth be told, if you're somebody like me and you're enthusiastic, you're keen on career progression, you want to make the most of being in this country, then 100% you want to join my coaching program so that we can take your UK career journey to the next level. So you want to definitely check that out and make sure that, you join so we can get started. So like I was saying, how much is it going to be increased by and what can you expect going forward? Again, this brings me beautifully to those people that procrastinate. They're like, hey, Melvis, I'm going to move to the UK. I'm going to start the journey next year. Then I'm going to start this year. And that's how things are changing. And things are only changing for the worse. Because let me tell you, the UK government, they need people in this country. The UK is desperate for staff. But at the same time, they know that immigrants, like millions of people, want to move to this country. And that's why they're like, because we know that people want to move here, we can as well make the most out of this. And what the Prime Minister actually said is that because NHS staff, for example, healthcare professionals in the UK need a pay rise. So the government said that there is no money for that pay rise, but what they have said now is if we charge immigrants more money, it's going to raise billions of pounds extra per year. Then we can take that money and then invest on our staff. So that's what the plan is basically. So immigrants are going to pay this money so they can invest it on people that are working in the UK for the health service. Basically, that's what that money is going to go for, and that's what the Prime Minister has explained, because they don't want to increase taxes for people already in the UK. So the current fees, for example, healthcare surcharge, so if you are a student, you get a discounted rate, so that's £470 per year per person. If you are a child, so that's anybody under the age of 18, the current fee is also £470 per person per year. If you are an adult, then it's just over £600 per person per year. And let me tell you something. If you look at the fact that most of the immigrants moving to the UK have got families, the average person has like one dependent, 2 kids or 3 kids, which means that most of the families are going to be made up of 4 or 5 people. If one person is paying £620 per person per year, and your visa, you need to be on that visa for at least 5 years, can you tell me how much that is? Please do leave your comments in the comment section below. Looking at your own personal circumstances right now, how much are you going to pay on these fees? How much would you expect to pay for a 5-year visa to be in the UK as a family of whatever it is that you are? You can leave a comment in the comment section. I'm very keen to see, so that we can all talk about this, because the amounts are very, very high. In fact, it is enough to get a deposit for a house. So you see what I'm saying? So what has the Prime Minister said about those changes now? At least now we've kind of established what the current fees are, but what are the fees going to be going forward? So they are going to increase the fees to just over £1,000 per person per year, which means that instead of paying the £600, which is what they are currently paying, the fees are going to be increased to just over £1,000 for one person for 1 year, which means, you know what I mean? If you're a couple, for example, let's just say there's even only just 2 people, to have a visa for 3 years, if you're paying £1,000 each per year, you're going to be paying, how much is that money? You know what I mean? You're going to be paying a whopping £6,000 only for your healthcare surcharge for the first 3 years to get your visa. Look, this is crazy. This is crazy. And that's why I go on and on this channel about career progression. Look, I personally am very unapologetic about wanting the best in this country, because as somebody who has gone through that journey from, you're having a work visa, you have a student visa, you need to switch visas, you need to pay for healthcare surcharge, you need to pay for indefinite leave to remain, ridiculous amounts of money, get a British passport. I've gone through all of that journey, and I can tell you that it makes it worthwhile for me focusing on my career progression so that I can earn a lot of money. It makes it feel worthwhile, the fact that I came to this country. And when I look at colleagues who are just like in the same position, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years from the time of being in this country, despite the challenges, I'm like, you're brave. How are you even encouraged to still get up and go to work in this country? Because these fees are unacceptable. The fees are ridiculously high. They are actually uncalled for. It is very unfair. But truth be told, many campaigners have spoken up against these fees over the years. But the truth is that nobody's bothered. Because when it comes to immigrants and it comes to, you know what I mean? People are just like, yes, we need to get the money from somewhere. That's what the Prime Minister said. He was basically like, the money needs to come from somewhere. We cannot increase taxes for the British people. So where do we get this money from? And so it's been agreed and decided by the government, and they have announced this, that the fees are going to be increased. And one person will be paying almost £1,000 per year per person. So what do you feel about all these different changes? By the way, if you like this content, I want you to hit that like button. Like I said, we may not agree on what these changes are, but this is the law, this is the rule of the land. We basically have no say whatsoever, unfortunately, than to pay this money, whatever the fee is. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you don't want to be a stranger on here, want to hit that subscribe button so you're the first person to be notified every single day. Like I said, this is a commitment. 8 a.m. prompt, 10 a.m. prompt UK time. I used to post the videos at 8, but people were like, hey Mel, it's a little bit early, can you make it 10? So now it's 10 o'clock. So if you want me to talk about any topics as well, anything that is of interest to you, that you're like, Melvis, what about X, what about Y, whether it's opportunities, different types of visas, just general queries and questions that you have, leave them in the comment section and I'll be able to come back to those as well. You can check out videos that I've done on this channel about all sorts of opportunities in this beautiful country, how to make the most of the best opportunities, be unapologetic about wanting to progress, excel and thrive. And if you need that personalized guidance, then consider joining my private coaching program. But like I said, you do have my free newsletter down in the comment section, which you can join, and when that information becomes available, I send it directly to your inbox so that you never ever miss out. So, what do you have to say about these changes? Again, I'm going to join you in the comment section to answer all of your questions. If you need my private number, you can also check the comment section below. As my newsletter, you're going to find my contacts there. If there's anything private, you're like, Melvis, I don't want to put this out here, and I'll see you on there. Also, check out this video that I've done specially for you, and it's just going to help you, give you that guidance as well that you deserve. See you in this